Oh my god.
Yeah, practice rolls.
I rolled a 4.
Don't
That's
necessarily
the
make it
one that
better.
went under my leg. I was like, oh, that was a bad roll. And then I rolled it again. It rolled a 3, and I was like, oh, that was even worse. And then I roll a 1.
Right, the one's gonna affect how you come in this game. So far, no one has returned to Castle Greenvale, or whatever Erwin is calling it these days. Time lapse, bunch of clouds go by. It looks really cool. Erwin's doing Erwin stuff in fast motion. Erwin comes out to meet you. Ah, finally, some of my newly found comrades have arrived. Welcome back to Fort Erwin. And Roland and I shake hands. He compliments me on the name. Suggests that maybe possibly later we could come up with, one that we all like. I kind of pretend I don't hear him. Those earpieces I gave you? I look sternly at Moose, which you put in your ear. Yes.
Yes.
And press the button, right? That I told you? You gotta go up and under, in, out, press the button twice, hold it down 4 times for 4 seconds.
Didn't do that. I better do that.
Alright. Just, try not to go too deep or, go into space. And then Erwin sort of just looks out the window, out in the sky.
No response.
Alright, he stares out through the window for a full 60 seconds. Any response now?
Looks pretty cloudy out there.
Erwin hits the button repeatedly, and the bikes flash in and out of existence. They're invisible. Roland with no facial change whatsoever. I'm aware, but I have true sight, so the effect is practically null. He can see invisible stuff. More importantly, where'd you find the materials for these contraptions? I'm a robot gnome. My tinkering is basically better than a crit. I'm pretty great. Any response?
So come on, Roland. Get with the times.
Yeah. I'm pretty great. Moose, I'm liking
Rolling on
Moose
these
more and more
things.
every day. Hopefully he doesn't transform into a hideous monster. So, Erwin pulls a lit cigar out of his bag of holding, lowers his goggles, and tosses Moose a pair. A 6. So, you're trying to delicately get these on over your horns. It's not going particularly well. So, you end up just saying, screw it, and it just kind of sits on there not particularly well, and you're like, I'll deal with it later. Hopefully the wind doesn't sting my eyes. It's going to sting your eyes. Erwin kind of guns it a little bit, and then drives forward at a comfortable speed. I'm going to need you to make another dex save. I was hoping you'd roll a little lower. So you gun the throttle a little bit. You saw me gun it at first, but you don't quite have the brake situation figured out. So you kind of do one of those at first and kind of go off the road a little bit, but you turn yourself back and get behind me. I was kind of hoping you'd hit a tree. So Erwin, that was hilarious. Luckily you'll be invisible. Roland yells from far away, I saw it. So we avoid main roads, stick to the backcountry, all that yada yada. Sometimes we drive across some large plains, farms, and forested areas, just completely avoid contact. And it makes a really great, film little montage thing of us driving through different things, and suddenly it's nights, and sometimes it's day, and sometimes it's raining and snowing, and other times it's great. But it's only actually been like 3 hours, and somehow we've gone through like 4 different climates and stuff. Throughout the rest of the ride, you continue to see glimpses of something. Sometimes it just looks like something, sometimes it kind of looks like a person, but mostly it kind of reminds you of that demon you've been seeing, who is supposedly Asmodeus, the King of Hell.
Seeing that guy that I seen back in the castle, that demon.
The demon.
Yeah, the demon back at that castle.
The King of Hell. All right.
Don't know who he is.
Boleyn certainly seemed to think it was the King of Hell. But we got other things to attend to. We'll deal with this later.
Yeah, I say we keep
It's just
on
the
riding.
King of Hell, right? Alright. We arrive at a good-sized tree that has grown up and into a large cliff face and cast Pass Wall, which opens up a shadowy passageway. Erwin partially enters. It basically just looks like you're going into a portal of darkness. Turns around. Come.
I follow you behind.
Any response?
How in the hell did you just open up that dark, shadowy passageway?
Maybe I'll show you someday. So, we arrive in Erwin's home. I mean, Ignatius came from a very wealthy family, so there's plenty of really nice things in it too. It looks really nice. But then there's certain walls that are a little bat cave. It's also made for a gnome, so like to you it's a smaller laboratory, but to Erwin it's a normal laboratory. Everything looks the same, but
Something missing?
no. No one could have gotten in here. Not even another shadow magic user. Only my creator and I. Ever since you left, I knew something was wrong. And he never returned. I trained and did as much research as I could. And then I left. I traveled for a while and I found out about Fort Irwin Castle. A little hidden door opens up. Praise Creator. It's still here.
You're shrinking a freaking building.
If I can help it, no, but my aim is pretty good. Walks over, picks it up, puts it in his bag of holding, which, by the way, we all have a bag of holding. It basically is like an infinite bag. Like our inventory is infinite. I'm not gonna make you pay 20,000 gold to get 10 more in your
Or
freaking bank.
60,000 more gold to
we don't
get
have banks.
10 more bank space.
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm gonna need one of them guns. So you make me one.
Maybe you could just kill and absorb something that has the power and kind of winks at you. Because like the whole fact that you turn into monsters is a little bit of a concern. And then yeah, as we're walking through, Erwin kind of, mentally says like a bit of a goodbye, only home he's ever had in his life. And we walk quietly back to the speeders and prepare to get on. Any response?
These beaters are still freaking awesome.
Totally agree.